Okay, so all my dear friends, I'm going to start my screen share. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Farida Bharmal, by profession a counselor, a graphologist, and life skills trainer. Also the founder of Miraki Counseling and Training Center. Now, as you all can see, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming, for gathering at such a short notice, as I know the invites go just one day before. Yes. Just to give it a brief intro type of a thing, I would like you to understand that this session is going to be based on graphology, but it is going to help. It's very helpful for coaches as well. I'll let you know how. Okay? So let's look at roadblocks to success. What are roadblocks? What are roadblocks, people? Anyone wants to join in or add in over here? Exactly what are roadblocks? Something that's blocking your path, correct? Something that's not allowing you to move forward. Am I right? Yes, those are roadblocks, correct? Yes. All right. What will we cover up in this session? We'll be covering up exactly what handwriting analysis is. How many of you here have heard about handwriting analysis? If I could just, see a show of hands. Anybody got your writings analyzed so far? No, not yet. Okay, lovely. Then do it today. Okay, you guys will have the opportunity, even though a very small one, but please do it today. Okay. All right, lovely. What else is there? I would be showing exactly 5 roadblocks in the handwriting, how it is affecting most probably your client, and what is the best thing which you as a coach could help them through. Okay. And of course, in the process, you get to analyze your own handwritings as well. So that's Sonepe Suhaga. Let me, again, take you very quickly about what is handwriting analysis. See, it is a science by which you come to know about a person's personality, their likes, dislikes, strengths, weaknesses, the sort of emotional makeup a person has. Okay, that's what a handwriting analyst does while analyzing your handwriting. They allow you to understand what your personality is like. Okay, what are the traits which a person can find out through their handwriting? Okay, you can find out a person's confidence level, how decisive and enthusiastic they are, their willpower level, and a whole lot of other things which I have been talking about here. Their thinking ways, their planning methodologies, okay? And other revealing aspects about, their psychological makeup, as to how, whether they are emotional, whether they are frustrated, or is there a depressive tendency to them. See, you can even find out how mature this person is to tackle a certain conversation. You cannot have all conversations with everybody. We are clear on that. Exactly. Okay, right? And whether these people are procrastinating, or how impulsive these guys are, if they are behaving in a certain way, why? That is something which handwriting analysis helps you decipher, it helps you understand. Okay. Now, let's look at some handwriting aspects of it, and then move directly into the trait aspect of it. Okay? At any point of time, you have a question, you can feel free to go ahead and ask me about the same. We can discuss on it. Okay? Okay. The first one is self-consciousness. Okay? How will you find out self-consciousness, people? If you look at your writing samples, okay, and if you see the way you write your M, if your second hump is bigger than the first hump, okay, the second hump is bigger than the first hump, it indicates a person who is self-conscious or feeling conscious. Now, what do these people usually do? These people, when they come into the picture, they just imagine entering a room. They enter a room, they go and stand in the corner of a room, they look at what's happening, and then they come back and join the group. Okay, that's the kind of thing a self-conscious person would do. 80-90%, 95%, anybody with this trait is going to accept that they have the trait. That's one. Okay. Second, if you are a coach to such a person, okay, asking them to do something, you know, the first thing you're going to get from their side in the name of resistance is, look, you know what, I know, I understand all of this is true, but you know, I feel a little conscious. What will the other person say? Or what will the other person think about me? So when that happens, their life, you know, it goes with just one thing into head. What is the other person thinking about me? And that can be very painful. I have seen some cases in my life. TK, I have seen it. See, at one level, you know, at one level, it's okay, especially if you can overcome it. With handwriting, especially, I would like you to know that it's just not one trait. Okay, guys, see, one trait doesn't constitute to your personality. It will always add or subtract from it. Okay? If there are other things which are adding on to it, you know, the intensity of that trait can rise or fall accordingly. When this happens, I have seen an extreme case, okay, where the woman did not want to even go down to take vegetables and things like that. You know, people are looking at me, people are watching me. So how is it going to, you know, feel if I go down? So that's one kind of an issue which you can get. As a coach, what can you do? What is the next best thing which you could do with these people? See, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, you know, right? You can use that with them. Secondly, you can allow them to find out where it has stemmed up from. You do understand that it cannot just crop up here. Something has happened for it to come, for it to appear in their lives, and for them to feel conscious. Something has happened. So you can always go ahead with a background history. Ye kisne bola tha? Who do you think said that? Would you like to talk about it? I would love to understand more. It will have a lot of effect as a coach. Once, you know, as they say, oh, as a, you know, when you go to a doctor and they are able to understand and diagnose what the real issue is, the next process gets easier. Okay, everybody? Anybody who's having this in your handwriting right now? Yeah.
The first M, I mean the first part of M are bigger, not the later part.
That's nice. You're diplomatic in nature, darling.
Yeah. So I have, so small m is different and bigger M is capital M is different. So I don't know what.
Where is it appearing? Where is it appearing?
So first one is bigger and second is smaller.
Yes. So the second one is smaller. The first M is big and the second is small.
Yes.
That's okay. That's a trait of diplomacy. Congratulations. Clap yourself on the back. Okay. Chalo, nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Second is sensitivity to criticism. See, criticism is something which we all feel. It's not that, you know, it's just with me or it's with you. But once you start feeling criticized, what you do with it next matters a lot. Okay? Because what usually happens with people who are sensitive to criticism, see, people, you all know that in a day we have around 60,000 thoughts in our, you know, which come and go in one particular day. But at one point of time, only one thought is very, very prominent. Okay, those who have this trait in their writings are stuck with that criticism. Okay, for how long, how far, that, of course, that's a different story altogether, but they are stuck over there. we have moved on, but they are still, maybe 2 to 3 days back, she said like that to me. Exactly why did she say it? Your mind will keep rotating on that one basis itself. Okay. So what part of your handwriting is going to reveal it? It's going to be either your T or your D loops. Okay. So as you can see, I have given the samples also. You can see in your samples if you are having it as well. Okay. The loop in the T or the loop in the D is a clear indication of sensitivity to criticism. Now your questions will be there, how many of them will be there, and what if, I have just a loop in a D and not a loop in a T, or what if I don't have a loop at all? What if I have 2 loops and the other T's are not having it? See, that's why it's a science and an art, and to analyze a personality, it's an entire portion in itself. Okay? I'm just trying to help you understand for now that at this scope, this is what, if you at least understand that this person is feeling bad, what will you do? What is the next best step which you are going to take? Okay? Obviously, they are hurt. Obviously, they are not able to move over their hurt. If you're going to ask them to do anything, will they do it? But apparently not. See, think about it. If, your head is paining, okay? All other body parts are fine, but your head is paining. Do you feel like doing anything? No, right? Why? Because obviously one body part is affected. In the same way, the internal part of yours is affected, and that this particular trait is letting you know. So it is the next best thing that you do. As a coach, you help them vent out. There are serious chances that this person wants to talk about it. They are hurt, they want you to know, and they might weep. If you allow them that frame, they'll be able to move on from that. How many of you understand that if you just give them that little space to vent out, to allow them to express their emotions, they'll be in a phase where you'll be able to take them to the next level much quicker? How many of you understand that, guys? Yes? Yeah? Lovely. All right. What about the next trait? Okay, procrastination. A lot of us feel the procrastination, the thief of time. Definitely you can know about procrastination just from the handwriting itself. Okay, why does procrastination occur? Basically, it is the person, who either he wants to avoid it completely. कि अरे जाना बाबा कौन मगजमारी करेगा with you. ठीक है? Why do they want to avoid it? Because somewhere they feel that maybe this is not what I want to do. And if I do it, then I'm going to have the next set of responsibility also on my shoulders. Okay? Or they will try to postpone it. I'll do it when I'm really good with it. Okay? I have seen this in very, very capable individuals also, very capable ones. Okay? They have done a whole lot of studies, and I'm like, okay, you have done all of these things, but why don't you take it forward? Come, let's do a session or something. And they're like, no, you know what? When I finish that studies, I'll go ahead and do the next one. So, it's like stopping their progress, or like it's like we stopping our own progress. Getting an idea, guys? Yeah? All right. How are you going to find it out in the writing? Look at the T's. Okay, see, if you can see, this is your T stem and this is your T bar. Okay, let me just help you understand in a better manner. This is your T stem, all right? And if this T bar is exactly on the left-hand side, okay, you will find this trait to be of a procrastinator. Now, if you are again somebody who has understood, you are a coach and this person wants to, and you want this person to do something, you see this straight in their writing, you already know the procrastination is happening. Will you be in a better position to take it from there? Yes, yes. Okay. Why? See, you know what? We as a counselor, I have used it as a rapport building tool. Okay, I have seen a boy not talking at all. He was in 10th standard, being bullied and, beaten black and blue by his parents also. And there was a lot of bullying going on in the side of the school. Okay? This child was not willing to open his mouth. I have seen this, though around 2 sessions over everything done. Third session, I said, okay, guys, chalo, write something and, let's go on from there. I'll analyze your handwriting. And once I started analyzing his handwriting, he started, he opened up from there that, this person did this with me. So this can be a very beautiful opening tool for them. I have used it as therapy also. Okay. It's a very therapeutic way of getting somebody out, especially if it's there very heavily on the mind. One of the methods could be, to use handwriting in a therapeutic manner. A lot of you are using it, is it not? How many of you have gratitude journals? How many of you journal? How many of you write it down? Writing it down is the best thing you can do for your brain. How many of you have seen, not only Pooja, I mean every major person in the industry, see, the first thing they say is write it down. Yes or yes? Because there is a certain connection which is happening there, guys. Right? Okay. I'm a little aware that I have just 10 more minutes. So let me go ahead with this. So you have understood the procrastination part of it. If the person is procrastinating, go ahead, allow them to, understand what's happening over there. Give them goals. Allow them to have 3 goals per day. Okay, and make something accountable. The procrastination will there and then move off. You as a coach know how to do that, isn't it? You are already quite aware of how you could finish it up there, right? Okay. Let me take you across to the next portion of it. Okay. So the next portion is the public image or the signature. Now with signature and with handwriting, see, handwriting is your subconscious side of your personality coming out on the paper. Signature is a badge to the world. It is how you want the entire world to look at you. Okay, that is what a signature is. I am not in a position to discuss all signatures. So I'm going to discuss ones which I feel is very important as you as a coach. If you do know, if something is happening with a person, you will be in a position to help them out at that point of time. Okay. I'm going to show self-sabotage in a signature, wherein the person doesn't like themselves. How are you going to understand that? So if this is the signature, if it is partially or totally scratched, okay? If it's partially or totally scratched, it is an indication that this person doesn't like something about themselves. And if they don't like themselves, it's but obvious that, they are trying to self-sabotage their success. When you go ahead and ask them about it, it's their public image, right? I told you, right? That signature is your public image. It's the way you want to see the world to see you. So when you go ahead and ask them, they'll be like, they'll feel very shabby in front of the entire world. They'll feel that they don't belong there. They'll feel that, they're not capable of certain things. Getting an idea, guys? Yes? Lovely. Fantastic. Okay. So one of it is through the signature. The second, another one trait which I would really, want to talk about is the G's and the Y's which are written in this particular manner, okay, which is having a sort of a claw in the writing. See, again, another sign of self-sabotage, a sign of having guilt into the writing. All right. What is the guilt into the writing, guys? To tell you the truth, these people feel that they don't deserve the success. Okay? I have seen these people in action. Seen these people in action, guys. You will not believe they do such wonderful job. But in the ending, towards the ending, you know, they just, it's like pani dhol on the activity completely. Because somewhere deep down, they feel that they don't deserve the success which they are going to get from this. So they will really try to do something. They'll, you know, try to pinch the other person in a, see, if they are, especially if they are intelligent, they'll do it in a very intelligent way. Okay. But deep down, they are feeling bad. Deep down, they are feeling a sort of a guilt. So can you imagine that they are doing something amazing, but then something is pulling them back? So can you understand the dilemma which this person is going through? Now, why am I saying this? Because I know a whole lot of teenagers come into this sort of a writing. I see the women having this sort of a writing as well into their writings, you know, into their handwritings. Sometimes we feel, you know, I don't want to behave in such a way with this person. But you end up doing that. Why do you do that? Because, you know, somewhere deep down, there are two people fighting from within. Very good. Let her, you know, taste the medicine and all. But the other person is saying, no, this is not me. Let me not do that. So can you imagine what's happening over here? And if you have this trait in the writing, it goes on towards the other side of it. Okay, guys, I hope you all have understood as to, okay, what do you do if a person has one of these signs in their writing? The best thing to do for them is to just ask them to write it in the usual ways in which they have written their Y's or G's. Okay? Mostly, we don't ask anyone to change their writings just वैसे ही. But these are one of the traits which is a good idea not to have in the sample. So at least if you can go ahead and make them aware that, you know, there is something deep down which is bothering you. And if you can talk to me about it, see, there are chances where if you are doing a good job, this trait will not be in the sample. If you're doing a good job, the trait will not be in the sample. Why am I saying that? Because your writing changes every time you write. Every time. Because, you know, your personality is not the same. You are you're not the same person every time. So your writing will differ. You are not able to find out because there are small nuances which are occurring over there. If you've done a good job, eventually this trait will disappear from their writings in themselves itself. Okay. So guys, this is a glimpse of how, you know, all the traits can occur. If you can see, we have a lot of things over here. You know, you can see the Y's, the T's, the of having, if you could see, the T itself is also there, which I have shown you, correct? If anybody wants to, you know further about this science, you're free to connect with me. I can go ahead and have a clarity call with you. And we have 4 more minutes. I would definitely love to leave you exactly at 5:30 so that you can attend Good Shield session. However, if you have any questions, I would love to answer them for you. Hey, thank you, Pooja. Guys, if you could just...
Love the insights, Farida, because yes, I have been somebody who's been very keen observer of how my handwriting changes over time. So yes, now that you mentioned in the last line, you know, it keeps on changing as and when you fall into a situation, because that was my a question that was coming to you. But when you answered it, I really observed that, you know, my handwriting pattern keeps on changing. with my moods, with what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling happy, you know, the loops don't appear. So there are like pages of, on my notepad. So when I see through all those pages, I'm able to really gauge. So yeah, it's a good, insightful session.
Thank you so much, Neelam. Just a second, I'll just read it up. Amazing session. I would love to get in touch. That's so sweet of you. It's really nice to know, to analyze more about my handwriting, Pooja. Shubhangi, very informative session, Faida. Thank you, Shubhangi. I knew earlier also mine is no problems. My child is like it. Okay. Yeah, no issue at all, Samani. You can always get in touch with me and we can discuss it further. Guys, can you open your cameras, your videos? We could have a picture together before we can leave, What to do with children writing to improve? Simani, that would depend on how old the child is. Okay. Why? Because if it's a younger child which you're talking about, say around 6-7 years, their muscles are not yet developed. Okay, if you have noticed with these young age, this young group, what they usually do is use the arm muscles to color, and then gradually, because these are still not developed, you need to fine tune them, the fine motor activities which these preschools give in abundance. That's really helpful for these people to develop it up. Apart from that, also with children, please allow them to play. If you really want anything good to happen to them, let them play. The fine gross motor movements there will have an effect here. You understand what I mean, correct? Yes? Okay. Superb session, Farida. My handwriting also changes. I am in traveling. Okay. Sorry, I am in between something. Okay. Kanchan, very interesting how handwriting shows our mindset. 13 years. 13 years is a good time. Yes. Amazing session, Farida. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Farida. And sorry, I'm not well to have the camera on. That's absolutely fine. That's hardly an issue. Those who can switch on your cameras, please do so. Your videos. Okay. All right. I've had my picture taken over here. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Right. Thank you so much. The others who would like to leave can leave. If you have anything, if any of you have anything to ask, I'll be here for 5 more minutes. Is that okay, guys? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
Hi Farida, this is Kanchan here.
Hey,
I actually joined the session a little late, so I missed the initial part. But I wanted to ask you, I had in between read a book about some handwriting can change your this thing. So, is there anything like recommended, or is there anything similar to this that you also work with?
I work on the whole part of it, Kanchan.
Okay.
See, I have a certificate course wherein for handwriting analysis. Okay?
Right.
So, and apart from that, handwriting can change. Yeah, tell me, Kanchan. Yeah.
No. So once the handwriting analysis is done, then what's the next part? Like right now, you were giving some suggestions, right? That you can instead of striking it off, you have to probably you will have some solutions also to change the handwriting so that you change your personality type, right?
See, what really matters here is the sort of awareness which you can have with what's going on with you right now.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Once you are aware, the changes you will make yourself concerned.
Okay, so once you automatically become aware and then you change, and because of that, the handwriting should automatically reflect the changes in you as well.
Exactly. And not only just the handwriting. I have seen it through a couple of therapy sessions, like talk therapy sessions, wherein, just the process of speaking it, the process of talk therapy has been, I have seen the writings change without actually changing the writing at all.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that sort of an effect on the person also. But of course, you have to be on a constant session with these people.
Correct, correct.
Because I had them, I was able to understand as to how it goes on. So
Understood.
yes, that is what you're talking about is graphotherapy.
Okay,
Very much possible.
okay.
Many of handwriting experts and tutors say it improves by practicing a lot. Is that so? Same question. All right, theek hai. Yes, whatever you're going to practice on is definitely going to, seep into your personality, Simani. theek hai? So just understand the last Y or the signature which you are say that, you are scratching it away. If that's happening, if the signatures are being scratched away, what's happening? Somewhere, some part of you are denying. Some part of you don't want to acknowledge, right? Now, if I stop doing that, will that help me at a later on stage? Yes, it's going to help me. At least I'm going to stop torturing myself in that way. Okay. So yes, graphotherapy or therapeutic ways of healing through your handwriting is very much possible. If that answers your question.
I wanted to ask something, Farida. Do you provide like signature creation services, something like that? So, as an artist, I always need to sign my painting or whatever artwork I create, and I wanted to know if I am doing, right or not. So,
Yeah,
is
no
there any mistakes that I am doing in that?
You can. It's very much possible.
Okay. So,
But you have to do it, see, Shubhangi, I really want you to know this also, that when you are changing your signature, it takes a lot of work initially. You'll need to practice it for a certain amount of time.
yeah.
Secondly, when you're changing it, the change will reflect in all other account statements and things like that also. Now, it
Okay.
depends. Is it only your artwork which is having, one particular type of signature, or all other documents are also having the same signature? You understanding where I am taking you to? Because
Yes.
the second time, I don't want you coming back and saying my checks have bounced.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So this is just for the artwork I
The
was.
artwork. I understand. Okay, yeah, no problem. You can definitely, yes, you can,
Okay. So I'll message you about this.
definitely.
Okay.
You're most welcome to do so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome. Any other questions, guys? No? All right. So, shall we make a move then? Dipti, you just joined in, is it? Thank you so much for joining.
Sorry, I got late.
Absolutely fine. Better late than never.